Jason Pearl from the law offices of Thomas & Pearl, and I'd like to spend a few minutes today talking about a type of case that we deal with all the time that can be rather complex to handle and often draws a lot of questions. Whereas it's generally pretty easy to prove that the person who rear-ended you when you were stopped at a red light is at fault for the accident, what happens when you're at the supermarket, for example, and fall over a puddle of water from a large leaking bottle? Slip and falls or trip and falls are totally different from other types of injury cases and must be handled differently from the start to be successful. The first thing that I must stress is how important it is to have the specific facts documented right away. I know that after falling, a lot of people are embarrassed and rush to leave the place where it happened. Not only is that wrong because you have absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about, any more than if you were rear-ended at that red light, but it's a mistake that may be fatal to your case. What you should do is alert an employee and manager immediately, take lots of pictures of what caused your fall, whether it's a wet substance, broken pavement, something sticking out into a walkway, inadequate lighting, or whatever the case may be, as long as you have your phone handy. Make sure that the store or establishment fills out an incident report. Read it to make sure that it accurately describes exactly what happened. Sign it, get a copy, and then seek out whatever medical care you think you need. Why is all of that so important? Well, although different standards apply, depending on who the person is that fell and why they were on that property, a member of the public who goes to a store, restaurant, hotel, market, or similar place in order to shop, eat, or otherwise further that business's interest is classified as a business invitee. As a business invitee, the business owes you, the customer, certain obligations under Florida law. Specifically, they must maintain the premises in a reasonably safe manner and either fix or at least warn patrons as to any dangerous conditions. In order to fulfill these obligations, places carry out inspections to find dangerous conditions, but they aren't expected to investigate every inch of their premises every minute, as that simply would not be practical. Therefore, the victim seeking compensation has the burden of proving that what caused their fall not only was in existence and was dangerous, but was there for long enough that it should have been discovered and either fixed or warned about by the responsible entity. So to use the example of water leaking from a large bottle at the supermarket, well, it's not enough just that you fell and were injured. To have a successful case, you have to prove those things on top of showing that the leaking water had been on the floor for long enough that the store should have known about it. Unless, of course, it can be shown that the store actually did know about the condition, but didn't fix the problem or warn you about it before you fell. Having handled what have to be thousands of fall cases at Thomas & Pearl, we know what needs to be done to have a successful case, but thorough and ideally contemporaneous documentation can really make all the difference in the world. It is also important to understand that the act of slipping or tripping and falling is not what any amount of compensation is based on. The amount of financial recovery is based on the injuries that a person sustained from their fall, the amount of medical care they have and will need in the future, lost wages due to their injuries, and pain and suffering. Well, that about does it for now. Obviously, this is a very brief talk about fall cases and is by no means to be taken as an exhaustive exploration of Florida slip and fall or trip and fall laws. Please understand that nothing I've said here today is specific legal advice, but if anyone was injured in either a slip and fall, trip and fall, or any other type of injury case in the state of Florida and would like to speak with me, please give me a call at 1-855-JASON-WINS. Thank you.